Hey everybody, this is Christopher Lewis with the Lewis Real Estate Group, and you're watching another edition of Community Corner. For those of you who don't know, Community Corner is a show where I introduce you to businesses and local leaders to show them how they service the community. So before we begin, I do want to say that we are doing another contest with Imperial here. So any like, share, and comment gets you a separate entry into the gift card giveaway. Imperial stepped their game up, and they're actually offering $100 Visa gift card to anybody who likes, shares, or comments. Again, those are three individual things, three individual ways to get your name in, and the winner will be drawn next week. I'll also be doing my $10 measly gift card to Starbucks. So I'm sitting here with JD Nelson with Imperial Inspection Services. JD, can you just tell us a little bit about you and your business?
Yeah, well, we're a multi-inspection firm, and we basically service home buyers or home sellers getting ready to list their home or to buy a home, and basically getting an inspection report that is a snapshot of what the condition of the home is, so they know what they're kind of getting into, and we provide all the services to do that.
And so when you talk about the inspections, obviously I know I do a lot of them, being a realtor and all. It's kind of a way for a buyer to get to know their new home, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's more of a snapshot of the property. Basically, we go in and we're looking for more of the safety issues, health issues, anything in our opinion over $500 or more. Those are things that we want to bring to the attention of the buyer. So if there are any issues that they want to negotiate with the seller, it's used as a great negotiating tool for that. And it also helps it helps us identify to the buyer certain things that they're going to have to maintain on the house. So first-time home buyer, these are the things that we're going to go through the list, and we're going to say these are things to look out for. These are things you're going to have to maintain. Welcome to owning a home. Here's your to-do list.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah, because I do know, like, for first-time home buyers, the inspection can be very scary because it's everything. If it's a loose knob on the door,
right,
or the window doesn't, sticks a little bit when you open it, which
Absolutely.
are normal things that you just want to fix, but not something that you necessarily want to, nitpick on.
Right, and we've taken more of an educational approach. We'd rather have you understand, like, hey, look, this is every house in this block has probably got the same issue going on, versus these are a true safety issue that you might want to address before you move in, because the whole goal is to help you get into a move-in ready situation.
Sure.
So the main things that we're going to be pointing out that you might want to negotiate with the seller. Now it's totally up to you and your agent what you address with the sellers, but mainly we're going to be focusing on safety issues, health issues, and then anything in our opinion over $500 or more. And if we run into something that is one of those issues, we're going to suggest further evaluation by a qualified contractor so they can actually give you real-world numbers and real-world solutions to that, so you have a better understanding of what you're going to negotiate with, or if it's something that you can do on your own. So.
Sure. And so what type of services within your scope of inspections do you offer?
That's a great question. We're basically a one-stop shop, so we do the home inspections, we do radon testing, we do mold inspections, we do thermal imaging if needed, and then we also do the sewer line scopes with video. So if you've got a sewer line and we don't know if there's any obstructions unless we actually run a camera down it, and it could be a very costly thing if there's any issues that need to be resolved. You could be anywhere from a $350 fix all the way up to a $20,000-$30,000 fix, sure. Just depending. So it's, for the money, it's definitely worth the information that you're getting. And a lot of times we're just going to say they're good to go,
sure,
if there's no issues to be found with it too. So,
but the logic behind it is, spend a few $100s to save a few thousand.
Absolutely. A lot of times, and for our prices, we're looking at over 500 items in the home, and for the average inspection fee of $275. We accept a lot of liability for that. I mean, we're looking at your roof, the HVAC system, and everything that we're going to be documenting on is a very expensive, big ticket item per se. And really, the ultimate goal is for a home inspection is Now everybody's Uncle Bob or Cousin Ted knows everything about one thing. Say, I'm in HVAC, right? So they'll come in and they'll inspect the HVAC system for the buyer. But a lot of times Uncle Bob and Cousin Ted and all them, they don't necessarily know they're not roofers, they're not plumbers. And the whole idea behind a home inspection is instead of calling in a contractor at $100 a piece for all these different items of the home, we can encompass all of that. And if we see any of those big red flags or any issues with it, we can suggest for their evaluation.
Sure.
So for what you're getting for the 500 plus item report, is usually about 25 to 40 pages of the home inspection. You're getting a lot of bang for your buck as far as that's concerned.
Absolutely. And I know that you said you kind of have deals, right on sewer. You do the mold, you do the general inspection. And so at the end of the show, he's going to give you a little discounted package deal for you just for watching. So what would you say sets you guys apart from all the inspectors out there?
Well, like I said before, we're all about educating our clients, and the inspection industry is very different throughout state to state. Okay, so the state of Iowa, which is kind of crazy, but they don't require a state licensing to be a home inspector. So your neighbor, whether you like them or not, they could go out there, create a business card, and call themselves a home inspector.
Sure. Yeah.
So when you hire a home inspector, you want to make sure they're at least nationally certified by one of the institutions, NAHI, Internahi, ASHI, those kind of things. And all of our guys are Internahi certified. All of our inspectors have done at least 1,000 or if not 2,000 inspections each. So they're very experienced. We're insured. We're professional, multi-inspector firm. So basically, if you have a 10-day time frame, we'll be able to get you on the books.
Sure.
Yeah. I think one of the biggest things that sets us apart is we stand behind our inspections. Obviously, there's a lot to look at with your inspections, and if something, we have a scope within the scope of our inspection. If it's missed and it's something we clearly missed, we stand behind it. We'll make sure we take care of that issue. Basically, if we have to hire the contractor to fix it, but we'll work that out with you for sure. A lot of times what you'll find in a lot of home inspectors' contracts is that they're only really entitled to pay the inspection fee back. But if you've got a $3,000 miss on an electric panel, that $250 or $275 isn't gonna do a whole lot.
Kind of insignificant.
Right.
At that
So
point, yeah.
it's just really important. And as far as, we value our reputation, we value our clients. We just want to make sure that we're held accountable, and then they're also held accountable for the things that they need to read and understand.
Absolutely,
So,
absolutely. And I know as a realtor, I get a copy of that inspection report, so I look over it too, and then then we do our realtor stuff
Sure,
and discuss it
absolutely.
with the client and go from there. How if somebody wanted to order an inspection from you, how would they get a hold of you?
They can call our phone number, which is 218-5674, area code 515. Or we also have an online scheduling system where they can actually go on the website and schedule it there. And what happens from there is the office will call. And so whenever you schedule a home inspection, it's kind of a lengthy process, and we take that off the customer and the agents. Basically, our office will make the arrangements with the seller's agent, the buyer's agent, and everybody else involved. And basically, they'll just send you the email confirmation saying this is what time everybody's on board to be there or not to be there, right?
Yeah.
And then we have super access keys that if you can't attend the inspection, it's one of those things that we'd have access to.
You can still get in.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So who's your ideal customer?
Ideal customer is, I'd say the majority of our business are going to be your typical home buyer. And then we also do, if you're getting ready to sell a house and you want to say you don't want any big red flags during the process, you can do what we call a pre-listing inspection. And that's where the seller actually hires us to come in there and give them a snapshot of exactly what their buyers are going to be possibly addressing them with, And we do a lot of investment properties. We do, there's a wide range of services we provide, but the majority of our business comes from home buyers.
And those pre-listing ones can kind of just give a seller a heads up, so they may be able to get in front of an item that is like a major item that's definitely going to come up.
Absolutely.
Or something like that. They can get in front of that, fix that, and prevent that from being a negotiation tool when the buyer comes in and does their inspection.
Right, or it can help them adjust the price that they need for the house.
Sure. Okay.
That kind of thing.
Yeah. What would be a common misconception in your industry that you see?
A lot of times people say, well, these guys, they just come in and they just look around with a flashlight kind of thing. Well, sometimes it appears to be that way, but there's a lot more that goes into it. we have a trained eye for certain types of cracks in foundation walls. We're looking at furnaces for functionality. We're looking at different windows. I myself have done over 4,000 home inspections, and I can kind of give you a range of what just a sash, rotten sash on a windowsill would look like, you know. But for example, a lot of people say, well, Uncle Bob can do this, or my dad can come do
Right,
it.
anybody can
do
has
it.
a contract that knows how to build something. Can
Right,
do it.
absolutely, and that might be true. However, if that person happens to miss one window, or maybe 3 windows with a rotten sash that need to be replaced, on average, your average window is about $1,200 to be reinstalled. Well, that could be a $6,000 mistake, you know.
Right, sure.
And now your window of opportunity has been missed to address that with the seller. So it's really important. And then you start thinking of all the other aspects of the home inspection. We're just talking windows here. There's a lot more into it. Insulation, wiring, you know, HVAC systems, roofs, foundation. I mean, siding, all sorts of things.
And I know sometimes personally, you know, when you have a family member coming in and helping you with your inspection, they're a biased eye. So, you know, I know that, like, so you're a third party. You come in,
Sure.
It's a neutral look. It's like, here's what it is. Sometimes, you know, family members want to kind of over exaggerate something that maybe not be that big of an issue, or give advice that's probably outside the scope of their knowledge.
Right. Yeah. And for us, you know, like I said, we take the educational approach. We say, hey, this is a general maintenance item. Welcome to owning home. Like I said before, these are things that you're going to run into. And typically you'll see with your first time home buyers, this is all a new world to them.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you start talking about all this maintenance and things, they can get kind of worked up, like, oh my gosh, what am I getting into? And it's not necessarily the house, it's the situation.
Sure.
Like, no matter what house you're gonna have, you're gonna have maintenance. And it's our job to help educate them on, hey, we really suggest that you get this on a service plan. Once in the fall, once in the spring, have the HVAC person come out and service that. That'll help prolong the life of it. And change your furnace filters, seal up any cracks, and address any moisture issues, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, and we're not there to nitpick necessarily. Right. These are just one of those things that, hey, we want you to have a warm, fuzzy feeling at the end of the day that this is something that you're comfortable moving forward with.
Good solid house.
Right, and we want you to know where the electrical panel, the gas meter is. Say if something goes crazy, or somebody's out of town, the other person
Water
knows where to go.
off.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. After the inspection, if you ever have an issue, you can always call us. We're always there after the inspection. To answer any questions you might have. We have inspectors around town all the time. We can even stop over and show you where those items are, so.
And I can attest for the service that you guys provide. A lot of my clients choose you as their inspector when we do our home inspections, so.
And just to piggyback off of that, one thing I forgot to mention is we just started a new addition for our clients. And we understand that there's going to be issues once they move in. And there's this new program we started called Porch, and basically it's a personal home assistant. So once our clients move in, this company called Porch is going to call them. Usually it's $350 a year, but for our clients it's completely free. And it's basically a concierge service for you, for your customers, right? Or our customers.
Mm-hmm.
And that way, if they do ever have any issues, they call them and they will do the bidding. They will get to do all the scheduling for you. It's 100% back with the best prices guaranteed. And not to mention for the first, I believe it's $100, you get $100 towards your first deal. So say say you need your gutters cleaned or your TV hung or have you basically just link on the Porch. They'll actually hire the contractor, set up the appointment for you. So it's just one of those things that if you ever run into an issue and you're like, oh my gosh, you don't necessarily have to start calling every company in town. These guys will do all the research.
And you guys offer that currently, or it's going to be something that you're adding in?
It's currently in place. Just started last Friday. We're really excited about it, and it's just one of those. It's your personal home care team, basically.
That's a really good deal to have. So, and if you weren't doing this, being a home inspector, or also you have a couple of different jobs or businesses that you've started, what would you be doing?
Well, if I had
money and time didn't matter,
Money and time didn't matter. Well, then I'd be definitely spending more time with my 7, soon to be 8-year-old son that acts like he's 20 sometimes, right?
I've seen the photos.
Right, and so I mean, family's very important to me. Someday I'll be able to take a lot more vacations and that kind of stuff, but right now our main focus is basically let's help as many people as we can at the most affordable cost for people. We're very competitive when it comes to pricing and that kind of thing. But I don't think I'll ever not be doing something just because I'm one of those individuals. Like if I see a problem, I want to create a solution for
Sure.
it. So, and that's why we've added these concierge services, the radon, the sewer line scopes, the mold inspections, and that's why we started the other company that we'll probably do another segment.
Yeah,
on
yeah,
sometime,
absolutely.
right?
Yeah, we will. We absolutely. So I think it's a great company too.
Sure.
What advice would you give the people who are watching?
The advice I would give would be, you know, first and foremost, always make sure you get a home inspector. Don't let somebody talk you out of it. It's totally worth the money. A lot of times when you go buy a car, here's a situation, you go buy a car, they'll let you take it home for the weekend. With a house, you typically get about 20, 30 minutes and you're gonna go have to make an offer on the biggest investment of your life,
Yeah.
right? So you definitely wanna have it inspected, right? You definitely wanna have it inspected, and for the price, it's totally worth it. So I would go ahead and have that done. And if you're looking for a home inspector, just at least make sure that they're certified, that they're reputable, and make sure they know what they're doing, right?
Absolutely.
And I would just say make sure that you're just filling all the squares that you need to fill in order to make an educated decision.
Absolutely. I'm a huge proponent of my clients to have an inspection. I push that really. It's something that I don't really take lightly when they say they don't want one. I have things in place.
Sure. And a lot of people are like, well, I'll just save the money. Well,
Sure.
A lot of times, you know, what do they say? If you think you're gonna go cheap, wait till you have to hire a professional to fix it.
Yeah,
Whatever they're
exactly.
saying
Yeah,
is,
yeah.
You know, so.
Yep, exactly. So now we talked about some special deals that you might be offering. Did you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, so we actually run radon testing is $125. If you do it with the inspection, that's $100. If you decide you want to do a radon test as well as a sewer line scope, we have a package deal for that. So it's $225, right? So you're saving money by doing those package deals.
Sure.
Our inspections start at $250 up to 1,000 square foot. That's your typical condo townhome, and then the inspections at 1,500 up to 1,700 is $275, and then they don't go up drastically from there. But it's based on kind of the square footage.
Square footage, yeah.
So we're very competitively priced. We've got package deals, and we're always here for you. If you ever have any questions, feel free to reach out, Facebook or my phone. You know, our phone. We have an office staff, or you can call me personally too.
Okay, awesome, yeah. And so I would recommend, using JD for your inspections all the time. Like I said, he's on my preferred inspectors list, which there's only 3 out of all the inspectors, in Central Iowa. So I recommend him highly. I think if you have any questions, even about the process of that, give JD a call. They're very honest, very stand up, and that's why they made my list, is because our business is aligned in the way of how we educate our clients and how we do our jobs ethically and to the best of our ability. So, all right, man. Well, it was a pleasure talking to you. So,
thank you for having me,
guys. Don't forget, like, share, comment for a chance to win $110 this week in gift cards. So, thanks for watching Community Corner. See you next time.
It's such a good feeling to know you're alive. It's such a happy feeling. You're growing inside, and when you wake up ready to say, I think I'll make a snappy new day. It's such a good feeling, a very good feeling. The feeling you know that I'll be back when the day is new. And I'll have more ideas for you. And you'll have things you'll want to talk about. I will too.